This video will demonstrate how to create a Research Data Management Plan. Creating a Research Data Management Plan, RDMP, helps you proactively plan how your research data will be collected, organized, stored, and shared. Western Sydney University's Research Data Management Policy requires researchers and research students to complete an RDMP before starting their research. This form should take about 10 to 30 minutes to complete. To submit an RDMP, go to the library website, click on Researchers, then click on Research Data Management. On the Research Data Management page, click on Create a Research Data Management Plan. This will open the Data Management dashboard. Here, you can see that your data will pass through 3 steps during your project. First, you will create a data management plan. At the completion of your project, you'll return to your plan and record the final archive location of your data set. If possible, you can then publish the data set so that it is discoverable on the Research Data Australia portal for future researchers to view and use. To start, click on Create a new RDMP. The RDMP records all the how, why, when, what, and where of the data collection for your research project. Aim to complete as much information as possible at the start of the project, but there will be some questions that are not relevant for your project or that prompt you to investigate further. All the mandatory fields marked with an asterisk must be completed before the form can be saved. Click the Next button to move on, or you can navigate through the pages on the left-hand side menu. On the Project Overview page, record the project name, any assigned project ID, and the description. Record the predicted start and end dates for the project and any funding sources or grant numbers. On the People page, in the Principal Investigator field, start typing your name. As you type, a drop-down list will appear. Once selected, your name, email, and ORCID will automatically populate. Next, enter your school or institute name. You can also add any collaborators, whether they're from Western Sydney University or external partners. And if you're a PhD student, don't forget to include your supervisor. The data page provides a space to record the types of data that will be collected and how it will be stored. Consider if there is any particular software that will be used to collect the data. If you're using data from another source, record any special conditions or copyright information here. Next, on the data storage page, record the expected size of the data set and the proposed storage location of the data. If there is any non-digital data, record this in the physical data field. This is a good opportunity to consider how secure your storage is and to develop a schedule for backing it up. On the data retention page, record the retention period for your data in line with any funding, body, or legislative requirements. The minimum retention period is 5 years, although Western Sydney University policy supports the retention of described and published data sets well beyond 5 years. Then, record your intentions to either retain or destroy the research data after this time. On the Ethics and Sensitivities page, Record the ethics approval number, if applicable. Include information about the types of sensitivities and information about privacy, confidentiality, or sensitivity to the data and how it will be managed. And can some or all of the research dataset be made accessible to other researchers? You may be completing the RDMP before your ethics application is approved. In this case, leave the field blank and return to fill it in later. The Ownership, Licensing and IP page is used to identify who will own the copyright and intellectual property of the research. Record if the university is the owner, a joint owner, or if these rights will remain with yourself as the HDR student. Identify all the copyright and intellectual property owners related to the data that you'll be collecting for your research project. Also include any information about contractual obligations that apply to this data. On the Submit page, submit the plan by clicking Save and Close. You will not be able to access the plan again unless you ensure it is properly saved. Please check for error messages at the base of the screen. You will need to complete these sections before the RDMP can be submitted. You will see a green bar with the text Save Successfully when the RDMP is submitted with no error messages. Once successfully submitted, you can access your completed RDMP by going to the Researcher dashboard and select View and Update RDMP. Click on the plan you wish to view or update. You'll have ongoing access to your RDMP, so remember to keep it updated throughout the life cycle of your research. Here you can edit the existing plan. Each time you make changes, a new version-controlled PDF is created, so updates can be tracked over time. You can create a data record, or download a PDF of your plan and attach it to your ethics approval application if required. Maintaining your plan helps ensure your project complies with the Research Data Management Policy and meets funder and sector best practices.